Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 21 of Europa Universalis IV, still playing as France. We're still waiting for this coalition to burn itself out that is against us. It doesn't seem to have gone away any. I can't see that Austria are ever going to like us, but what's our aggressive expansion with them? A lot of stuff there. Look at that: rival, hostile relations, has a claim, has a CB, embargo, aggressive expansion, annexed a member of the HRE, claimed Italy. Something that I can't pronounce. Schmalkaldic League -46. Oh, that was that event that we got in the last video. Well, at least it does burn off yearly. Border fiction, competing great power, wants my provinces. We are never going to be friends with Austria, let's put it that way. But at least the aggressive expansion is burning off, which is quite nice. And those Luxembourgian nationalists are definitely sieging that province out, which could be really, really good for us. Would be nice if we could get Lorraine on board as well. Lorraine don't particularly like me either. They have an outraged attitude towards me. That'll be because I annexed a member of the HRE. Only 15, minus 15 for that, and it is going away by 1.3 yearly. So another sort of 11-12 years, and that will have gone away completely, maybe even less. Provence still don't really like me all that much. They would still accept a vassalization, which would be really nice. We do have an alliance. Do we have a royal marriage? No, we have royal ties, so we do already have a royal marriage. I couldn't see it on the list. Subsidies are still helping. The aggressive expansion is not. We could get an extra 20 from improved relations, which would put us up to, what, 130? Well, 128. 25 from a gift. Still not enough to offer them vassalization, so we can't do that right now. We do have enough to build that star fort, actually. I should have done that a while ago. I wasn't keeping my eye on it. Let's go and do that so we can get some more army tradition. Leaves us with a little bit of money left in the bank. Let's go and have a look how our colony is doing over here. Mainly the ship, that's what I wanted to do. So let's go and have a look in some neighbouring seas and see what we can uncover. So what do we want to do? Support the... basically, either of these options loses us 1 stability. Thanks. So we can either get +1 missionary strength, but more expensive technology, or we can basically get the other way around. I'd like the cheaper technology because I don't really need the missionary strength right now, mainly because we don't have any sort of heretics. At least I don't think so. The last time I checked, we were fine. Let's just go ahead and have a quick look at the religious map mode. Yep, everything's still Catholic. Bit of a Protestant outbreak over here in Northern Europe, sort of Germanic Bohemian area, because there's a couple of centres of Reformation over there. So you've got the Protestant areas. At least, I say at least, I'm touching wood in case it happens. I have had French games before where they get a centre of Reformation in Ile-de-France for Reformed. And luckily that hasn't popped up, at least it hasn't popped up yet. So let's go back over to the colony. I was just keeping my eye on this this boat to see where it went. And as we can see, we've actually got a province over here. And this is Abenaki. So this is actually a colonial... well, it's not a colonial nation. This is a native province. So we could go and attack them if we wanted to. We can actually see our... some adjacent lands now. So what I could do, and in fact is what I'm going to do, what I'll just very quickly have a look at is we'll go into our economy, and we'll actually have a look at our colonial maintenance. Now, our colonial, with 1 colony, it's costing us 2.09 ducats to supply for a year, affecting our settler growth by 25% a year. If we have more than 2 colonies, the cost grows exponentially for those. So basically you have a colonial limit. The number of colonies you can have, your colony cap, is dependent on the number of colonists that you have. Now obviously the more colonies that you have, it will cost you more money per colony to support them. That's fine, that's understood. But if you have if you go over your number of colonists, and you can do that because you can move a colonist from an incomplete colony to another land. The incomplete colony will still continue to grow, but very slowly. But you'll then be paying maintenance on 3 or 4 colonies. You can also reduce colonial maintenance. Reducing colonial maintenance actually changes how quickly the colonies grow. As you can see, at full maintenance, colonies grow by 25 per year. If I put this maintenance down to the sort of halfway mark, the colony doesn't grow at all. If I go below the halfway mark, we actually lose people because we're not supplying the colonies, and the people they don't get any food, they die. So we'll keep the full colonial maintenance for the time being. It would be nice to have a little bit more money. It would be quite expensive to start a second colony, but getting a foothold over here in the States will be really, really nice for us. When if we have a look at this province as well, doesn't have much in the way of natives. I think we are going to go ahead and colonize this province. Now, what I can do, I can split this group up here. And yes, I know there's an easier way of doing it than that, but I've been playing CK2 and it's throwing me off my game. So I can move that guy into that province because it's no longer terra incognita. It's actually been uncovered by my explorer. I can move him into that province. I can also send another colonist there. I do have a free colonist to send. France gains a diplomatic insult CB on Austria. France's opinion of Austria changed by 30. Well, like I said, we were never going to be friends. Barrow is no longer the seat of a cardinal. Yep, great CB. So this is a bit of an island. I'm guessing this is part of Canada. You'll have to forgive me, any Canadians and other Americans watching, because my geography knowledge of America is the only thing that is worse than my geographical knowledge of Europe. So many apologies for that. But we will uncover these islands. We will go down to the mainland. So it's probably a good idea to keep this ship around for a little while. Remember, once we've uncovered the coastline, and once we've uncovered some of the provinces that are actually on the mainland, we can still keep the transport ship for shipping troops over there, but we won't need the explorer because we'll be able to just dock over here, and we won't have like months and months of attrition at being at sea. So that's absolutely fine. So we've not got an awful lot of stuff going on in Europe. Now, Provence is actually trying to cap Barcelona, which is a little bit weird. Not sure whether they will keep Barcelona or whether they will flip it over to somebody else in their current war. I'm kind of hoping that they don't take it, because if they do, it may mean that their tax base is too high for me to be able to vassalize them in the future. However, if they do claim it, and then I do manage to vassalize Provence, I'll get Barcelona thrown in with that as well. But Barcelona has a tax base of 13, so 13 plus 9 plus 3, so 25 tax base. Yeah, if they claim Barcelona, then I don't think I'd actually be able to vassalize them. I think their tax base would be too high. But it's definitely going to be a while before I can do it anyway. Now, like I said, luckily a lot of the stuff is burning off, and it's burning off quite quickly. I'm going to send a diplomat over there, mainly because my diplomats aren't really doing anything at the moment anyway, so I might as well go and do that. Here we go. Military coalition is actually starting to break up now. So Liege has left the military coalition. Flanders has cancelled military access. I got all excited then. I thought that two different people had both left the coalition, but they haven't, which is a bit of a shame. I'm guessing I've still got no way of being able to vassalize you, and that is still going to be the tax base more than anything. Yeah, I think we are going to have to take Brittany by force, which could be a little bit difficult. There we go. We've completed that mission. We have, once again, the same one. Have an army bigger than the Ottomans. Now, currently, the Ottomans only have an army of 61. Mine is 60. I only have to build 1 unit to get that, so hell yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let us go and build an infantryman. Doesn't really matter where. Let's just have a very quick look and just see what our current army tradition is. So last time we checked this, it was 46. It's now up to 55.5. Obviously, it does degrade slightly as time goes on. It actually goes down by 1.77 per year. So providing we can do one of those missions at least every 3 years, we should very slowly manage to increase our army tradition, which will be very good. You're fully repaired. Let's go and have a look around here. Just try and uncover as much stuff as possible. There we go, 5 army tradition. Thank you very much. And improved defences in Dauphine, which is build a star fort. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go over here. We will get rid of the one random guy, because of course he is costing us extra money. And Dauphine, which is this province here. So we'll go ahead and get ourselves a star fort. Still not making a huge deal of money at the moment. And in fact, how much money are we making? Still making 4.1 or 4.01. It's not fantastic. And that's not bad considering we do actually have 2 colonies on the go. If we have a look at our colonial maintenance now. Colonial maintenance is, yeah, 4.18, which is not terrible. So I'm happy with that. Just keep my eye on this navy. There we go. We've managed to uncover a few more places. Let's just unpause. So sometimes you will, if you move a ship with an explorer into a sea, he will always uncover the sea. However, he may not always uncover the land. Sometimes you'll get something like this. You can see the islands there, but it's still terra incognita. I can't click on it. Because I can't click on it, I can't send a colonist there. This one, however, is uncovered. So I can click on that and I can colonize it. So it is important. But if I go back into here, let's just try and see if it works. If I send my explorer back into this sea, might have to do it a few times, and he is taking a little bit of attrition, but it shouldn't be too high. It's only 3%, 5%. Yeah, he still hasn't managed to uncover it yet. Let's just go back out there again. Yeah, I haven't taken any damage yet. There we go. So we've now actually managed to uncover this this island by moving in and out of that bit of water a few times. The Council of Trent, yeah, not too bothered about that. So let's go around and do a little bit more exploration while we can. We have a new national decision available. We can embrace the counter-reformation. So His Holiness the Pope has called for a mighty effort to counter the Protestant movement. With the aid of the newly founded Jesuit order, we shall root out and purge these foul heresies. Apart from more and more effective missionaries, Protestantism and Reformed faith shall have a harder time spreading in our realm. If we ever pick the national ideas, ecumenism or liberté, those words, we will lose this bonus. So, what we basically get is +2 missionaries. Well, let's go through from the top. The Papal States' opinion of France would be changed by +75, which would be nice. Austria's opinion would also be changed by +75, although they still hate us and still would, so that doesn't make a lot of difference. It lasts until the end of the game, unless we take one of those other things that was mentioned at the bottom, which would stop that from happening. We get an extra 2 missionaries, however, it would cost us an extra +5% for our technology cost and +5% for our idea cost. Now, at the moment, because I don't have any heresies to worry about, I'm going to untick that. We'll save it for later. If it ever ends up being a problem, then we can use it. But for now, we don't really need to. You can continue to explore, still at 100%. We can invest in a new idea. We can actually invest in an exploration idea and an expansion idea. We are ahead of time on military tech. We're still ahead of time on administrative tech, but not on diplotech. So once again, and what would the diplotech actually give us? It would give us war galleys. It would give us flutes. It would give us more trade efficiency and more trade range and +10 global settler increase. So that +10 global settler increase would mean over here, where we're currently getting +25 a year, we would be then getting +35 a year. So it's well worth taking that. So I'm not going to go ahead and spend on the... Mind you, that would give us +20% global settler increase, which could be even better. Do I want that first? I think I do. Because the quicker we can get colonies up and running, the quicker we can have more provinces with a higher tax base. So I am going to get that one straight the way. That also gives us the +10% national tax modifier from our French ideas. And if we have a look over here now, 45 a year, because obviously that was +20. So our colonies will actually grow much, much quicker. Now, as I said, I'm still well ahead of time. So we can actually go ahead now and get ourselves an extra merchant. What's the next idea we get? Global settler increase +10. So exploration and expansion ideas both work together very, very well for making your colonies increase more quickly. So we have an extra merchant. Where are our merchants currently? Where are we going to put the new ones? So we have 2 merchants. One is over here collecting trade in Bordeaux. Because what you've got to remember with France, it's kind of split over the Champagne and Bordeaux sort of trade nodes. We have another one over here in Rhineland who is steering trade down into Champagne. And we should probably have one over here in the English Channel transferring trade power. Well, actually, there's no point transferring trade power because trade power only comes in here. So what we should be doing is actually collecting. So what we want to do is collect from trade and pick the free guy. That should give us a little bit of extra trade income for the time being. I admit that I never min-max my trade. I don't look at all the numbers necessarily all the time, but hopefully it will be enough to give us a bit of extra trade. Where did my ship go? There we go. He just went all the way down there. Provence, we call diplomat. We can't improve relations with you anymore. Let's go and have a look over here. Taking quite a lot of attrition. Because, like I said, even though we do have a port over here where we can dock, which is fantastic, because being able to dock at these ports means that we can repair, it doesn't actually increase our supply range. So, if my ship is at sea, in these... in the seas where the port is, it doesn't count as being at sea, so it doesn't actually take any attrition. But as soon as I move into one of these tiles, it counts me being distant at sea, because it measures the distance from my closest core unblockaded port, which is this one. So I take a huge amount of attrition every time I leave the seas where these 2 ports are here. Once one of these colonies becomes an actual city, then it becomes a core. Then that will increase my supply range massively, and I'll easily be able to go around and have a look at some of these islands. I need to head south a little bit more and find more of the East Coast USA as opposed to sort of Canada and... I don't know, Alaska's up the top here as well somewhere. So move down to where the weather is a little bit nicer and see what we can find. I did mention before colonial regions. There is a way to see them, so bear with me because I'm trying to remember what it is. Culture, players, colonial map mode. Does that show the colonial regions? Or does that just show where the colonies are? Technology, economical, simple terrain. I've never used that before. Wow, that's just terrain height. Never even seen that map mode. Local autonomy, trade goods, trade companies. You can have trade companies, but trade companies only exist in Africa and in Asia, so they're not to worry about. Trade companies, colonial regions. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So, if we look over here, you can see that all of these regions in this dark blue colour are part of colonial Canada. Even up here, actually, in Greenland is colonial Canada. So if I get 5 provinces together that are all cores in colonial Canada, then it will form a colonial nation, and it'll probably become French Canada. And that will be my vassal. If we look down here, we've got colonial Eastern America. If I get 5 provinces down here, then it would be French Eastern America, or, you know, you can choose different names and things like that. We've also got down here colonial Guyana, we've got colonial Brazil, and I wasn't aware that we'd actually uncovered any of Brazil down here. Has any of it been colonised? Yeah, Portugal. As you can see, Portugal already have a colonial nation because this is Portuguese Brazil. So they've got 5 provinces there altogether. And as you can see, the flag is slightly different because half of the flag is Portugal's flag and half of it is just the sort of green to indicate that it's Brazil, I suppose. Yeah, they are a colonial. Portugal is the colonial overlord of Portuguese Brazil. So I'll be able to show you guys how that works when we get to that point. But we'll carry on. We've got a few minutes left before we end this video. Not much going on in the ways of war over here. Gain an explorer with 20 tradition. quite nice, although I don't really need the Explorer. It actually gave me the ship as well. I bet that's going to put me over my limit now, hasn't it? Oh no, I've actually got a bigger naval force limit now. Is he maintenance free though? Is the question. I'm betting he isn't. Let's just have a quick look at my military. Yep, I can only actually support one leader. Now, which of these two is better? This is the new guy. They both have the same maneuver. I'm going to get rid of the new guy. Didn't ask for him. Didn't need him. Not bothered about him. I'll put this transport ship over here because I don't really need it at the moment. So we'll just keep that to one side. It'll be fine. What else has gone on? Well, it looks like those Luxembourgian rebels have gone away. Didn't actually manage to take Luxembourg back. There are some heretics around. Improve those defences. We've gained 5 army tradition. That is very nice. Looks like Portugal is now sieging out Provence. Hopefully they don't take anything from them because I'd still want to get Provence on my side if possible. We've finished that mission. Again, the Protect Against the Ottomans has popped up. They have an army of 61. I have an army of 60. Once again, I just need to create a single unit and we'll complete that mission. Very, very gamey doing that, but, you know, if I built my army up to 61 and left it there, and the Ottomans' army size didn't improve, I wouldn't get that mission. And I've had that like 4 or 5 times now, so it's really, really helping. Savoy has cancelled the military access. That is fine. Not bothered about that in the slightest. Let's go and have a quick look. Oh, a call to arms. This is the problem when you get friendly with a... this is the problem when you get an alliance with a minor nation. You end up going to war with them. So, the nation of Hainaut are faithful allies requesting that we come to their aid in the Hainutian conquest of Liege against Liege. This is a war that they have started. Liege is allied with Provence, Flanders, Hainaut. Oh, Hainaut has been warned by Austria, so they may intervene. So the problem we've got here, this normally would be a really nice war because it would potentially allow us to try and take some of Provence and possibly even taking some of Flanders, which is sort of Netherlands type area. So Flanders is this green area up here, I think. Is it? No, it's this one. This is Flanders. So they've got these 2 coastal provinces. They've got Ghent and they've got Vlaanderen up here. The problem is, Austria may get involved, and do I really want to be in a war with Austria at this point? To be honest, no. I don't really. I don't feel strong enough, and if I have to go to war with Austria, I have to go to war with Austria. But the problem is I'll probably end up getting my armies decimated, so I am going to decline in this instance. Now, that will break the alliance with Liege. No, it won't. It'll break the alliance with Hainaut, which... isn't the worst thing at all. I mean, it's not like they'd let me vassalize them anyway because they are... that's the only reason why I got the alliance with them in the first place, is I wanted to vassalize them. But because they're a member of the HRE, they wouldn't have any of that. So we'll leave that as it is. We are over the 20-minute mark. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you on the next video. So until then, goodbye for now.